That's all the stuff that's going to the tip, so we won't look at that. Here he comes. Come in. He likes to. Come in, mate. Oh, good morning. Happy Friday. Okay, the Donald Trump look. That's not working, is it? Let's go for asking for the manager. Okay. Everyone's up. Dogs are fed. Jade's watching telly. Friday's different in our house. Jade has college on a Friday, so we can get up a bit later, and then I take Jade to college, which is it's 10 minutes down the road. So Friday, I try and make use of Friday as like a shopping day, because I'm out and about anyway. So I get my Tesco shop delivered on a Friday, but it's my day to kind of go. If I want to go to B&M or the Range or wherever, then I'll do that while Jade's at college. Then I have to pick her up again. So Jade goes to special school, which I probably already said, and is on a bit of a reduced timetable because full-time school was getting a bit too much. She was just getting really tired. First sip of the day. So as I said the other day, Monday she don't go to school. Tuesday, Wednesday, school. Thursday, work experience. Although yesterday they didn't go because the teacher was sick. Can't help these things. And then Friday, she goes to college on a Friday. Now, it's like a transition. Year 11 is like a transition year for Jade's school, between being at school and being at college. And they're very good at doing that transition bit by bit. So Jade does art and media on a Friday. They've been doing stop motion animation. They've made a film which Jade starred in, which she loved, being the drama queen. We do call Jade Queenie actually, because she's a drama queen. And I recently filled in the forms for Jade to start full-time college in September. So for anyone whose child goes to special school, or you wanting to send your child to special school, because Jade was in mainstream up to the end of year 5, and it was something I'd toyed with. I spoke the other day about your child's disruptive, but that academic gap was getting wider between Jade and her peers. So I made that decision at the end of year 5. Jade had already got an EHC. to go to special primary school. So she spent the last year of primary school at special school. They were amazing, absolutely amazing. And then the follow-on school for that special primary school was it's a really good school. I'm so lucky. I'm so grateful that Jade spent 5 years at that school, because they're so kind and patient and thoughtful and inclusive, and it's just, I couldn't have wished for a better school. I've got my knickers in a twist a couple of times with them, but that's just me. They're very nice people. So yeah, so Jade's doing like, so bit by bit this year. They just encourage more independence wherever possible. And generally just help them make that transition into leaving school. 'Cause it's a big thing. It's a big thing if you're in mainstream school and you're all right with directions and you're all right with public transport and stuff like that. But when you struggle with them things, like, that makes that transition harder. But we actually had a day at college for Jade, like it was like an open day, but this lady took us round. And I know the college because my mum worked there for many years before she retired. And I actually went to that college in the 90s, although it was very different back then. And they were so good. They were so inclusive, and they were like, Jade struggles with maths. English not as much, but maths is just like a foreign language. It's just such an abstract concept to Jade that she's always just going to find it tricky. So she's going to get, in September, she's going to get additional support with maths and English, and she's going to be doing a full-time course in art, design and media. So she's very excited about that. I'm very excited. I'm very proud. And she's so ready to take that next step of not being at school and just being a bit more grown up. So that's exciting. So I'm going to leave it here at 11 and take Jade to college. And then I might take you shopping with me. And then yeah, Friday night is Jade's favourite. We have movie night and we'll make some concoction for tea. And yeah, then it's the weekend. Cheers. Just dropped Jade off at college, and normally when I put her on the school bus, she'll give me a kiss and then not get on the bus. And then there was some kids kind of across the way from where I dropped her off, and I was like, do you want a kiss? And she was like, yeah, like that, yeah. And I said, it's fine if you don't. And then she just whizzed off. So that was quite nice, actually. That was quite nice. I don't know if I should feel like that's nice that she won't give me a kiss, but no, that's nice, because that shows that's like she's getting more independent. So she's gone to college, and I've got, well, 2 hours now before I have to pick her up. So I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I'm going to go to B&M. I'm not going to Home Bargains because it's up the wrong end of town and I haven't got a massive amount of time, and also I can't be arsed. Oh, there's so much traffic. Can someone please let me out? Okay, don't worry. to Starbucks first. I'm going to get an iced coffee, and they do really nice vegan, it's like a vegan all-day breakfast sandwich, but sometimes they don't have it. You know, I don't know if it's the same in everyone's Starbucks. And you go, I'll have so-and-so. Oh, we haven't got any of them. So you go, oh, all right then, I'll have so-and-so. Oh, we ain't got any of them either. All right, I'll just have a cup of tea. So I'm going to go there because it's 12 o'clock now. I was a bit late leaving the house, surprise, surprise, because I had to ring the DVLA. So I've applied, because I didn't realise until recently, when you turn 16, if you get PIP, you can apply for your provisional licence. So Jade wants to learn to drive, and Jade turned 16 in November, but I was waiting, I had to then apply for the PIP, because it doesn't just automatically cross over from DLA when you turn 16, which again I thought they did, but didn't. Anyway, filled in all the forms, and that took about 3 months to come back. Got PIP. I was on the edge of my seat a bit with that, because I was thinking, and I was kind of confident that we would get the PIP, but at the same time you just hear about so many people who really need it who don't get it. And obviously the PIP includes this car because it's a wheelchair adapted vehicle, and it means a lot. So anyway, we got the PIP, and so I applied for Jade's licence, but I had to include like passport number and stuff like that, and then they've come back saying they need more proof of passport. And I don't know if it's because I rang him this morning, and the guy didn't seem to know why. I wondered if it was because Jade was born in Spain, and used to have a dad's surname when she was born. So I wonder if that's just flagged it up, and so they just wanted a bit more information. So I need to fill that out with the passport details. And he said, oh, you need a passport photo. So what I had to do when Jade was when we went to Florida last year, so I had to get her passport done, was she obviously can't sit in a booth, like a photo booth, to have the passport picture done. So I'd done a bit of research online, and you can because Jade had to lay down, I just put her on the bed sheet, which was white anyway, and took a picture like that, and it was fine. They accepted it for the passport photo. So I just thought, oh, they'll just have the same one for the driving license. But this guy said that he needs a paper copy of it, and I was like, oh, the measurements are real specific. It was something like it can't be any taller than 45 millimeters, and your head has to be between 29 and 34 millimeters. It's like really specific. So I don't know, I'll have to look on like Vistaprint or somewhere that you can print out a passport picture. There must be somewhere that does it. I'm sure there is. So I need to do that, and then I can resend the driving license back. Then they're going to send some more stuff, because obviously Jaden can't drive like a regular manual car. She can only drive a vehicle that's been adapted. So I don't know if that's a different license, but I know that there's another form that we're going to have to fill in. But I've already spoken to one of the dealers, I think it was last year now, one of the Motability dealers up here actually, and he was really good, and he said like you can actually get a car or a van where there's just one seat in the front. So if I was driving, there's space there for Jade to pull the wheelchair up, and then if she's driving, you can move the driver's seat round to the passenger side and she can drive. And the guy was saying that you can drive with like voice activation, you can drive with like one finger, and Jade's got more movement than one finger, but I mean, it's good to know. It's amazing. So but when I inquired about driving lessons, because obviously you think, driving lessons, you can get them anywhere, but when you're learning to drive in an adapted vehicle, they're few and far between. And the nearest one from us is not even in Lincolnshire, it's in Norfolk. So I'm going to have to wait until I've filled all these forms in, got the actual provisional license, and then we'll have to do it on a Saturday, like a first thing Saturday morning if they've got that space, because it's going to I can't remember where it is in Norfolk. I think it's Thetford, or I might have just made that up. But yeah, we'll see. So that is why we are a bit late. I mean, I'm normally a bit late anyway, but that's just me. So it's 12:15. I've got to pick Jade back up at 2. So I'm only going to go to B&M, and I'm going to go to Dunelm's, because they have some nice housey bits in there. So I think I've got to pick Jaden up at 2, so I think that will be enough time. The range is kind of out that way, and yeah, I'm not going to go to Home Bargains and it's right the other side of town, but also you need change to pay for your parking, and I'm pretty sure I haven't got any change, so that rules that out. Maybe next week. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a pot around and have a look. I actually really like watching, there's a few YouTubers that do like little videos where they go to B&M and stuff, and I actually really like watching that. Like, my videos are never going to be like either glamorous or slick or you know, anything like that. This is just my life, our life, living our life after a Duchenne diagnosis, and all the things that we do kind of day to day, how we get through the day, what we do, good or bad. It's never going to be glamorous, it's never going to be bullshit, it's always just going to be real, and you'll see me looking like shit, and that's just day to day. But I hope you enjoy these videos, because this is our life. This is just me showing that after a diagnosis like Duchenne, you do still live, you do still carry on, you do still do fun stuff, boring stuff, you know, you still go on adventures. Like when I was taking Jade to college earlier, we were talking about, so we went to Florida last year. I took Jade to Florida on my own. I'll do a whole nother video about that, because that was just like the maddest time. And it was the first time we'd been abroad since Jade had stopped walking. And before that, we'd been to New York in 2018, just me and Jade. But Jade was still walking, so things were much easier to access. New York is more accessible anyway than Disney. But we were talking about the flight to Orlando last year, and it shocked me. First time we'd flown with the power chair, and it shocked me just how inadequate and unprepared companies are to deal with people with disabilities. Yeah, I'll do a whole nother video about that, because I end up getting my knickers in a twist a bit about it, because they're just rubbish. Yeah, Heathrow were shocking. Actually, the other end at Orlando International Airport, they were really good. They were really on it. But yeah, because Jade anyway, I'm telling you that because Jade wants to go back to Florida next year. And I'd love to take her back to Florida. My only reservation is the travel, and we flew first class. Like, that was like once in a lifetime. We flew first class, and they were completely unprepared for a disabled traveller. So that, I'm hesitant about that. And also, there's so many, when we first went to Disney, we went to Disney in 2017, and my mum came. We had an amazing time. Jade was still walking. She'd been diagnosed, but she was still quite mobile. And the rides that you can go on, because you can transfer from a wheelchair, from a manual chair, she could go on loads of rides. Anyway, last year when we went, I had already said to her, I don't know how many rides you're going to be able to go on, mate, because it's a different chair. You can't get up and transfer. But I was unprepared for how few rides you could actually enjoy as a power chair user. So we went on, so last year we went at Animal Kingdom, we went on the Kilimanjaro safari. They anchored the chair down at 4 points. That was brilliant. We'd been on that the time before. And also the Jungle Cruise ride, which was like a boat that goes round like the film. And that was it. And there was no we went to shows and stuff. We went to there was like a bird show, Beauty and the Beast. There was like a Born Identity thing at Universal. Now Universal, I was really disappointed. I wrote a strongly worded email, although I'm sure it went in one ear and out the other. There was not one ride that Jade could go on at Universal, and it cost me a lot of money for me and her to go. Not one ride. I was really disappointed with Universal. It's brilliant, and the time before we went, yeah, that's great. If you can transfer, if you can walk, if you're more mobile, brilliant, great day out. But when you can't transfer, there's literally nothing that you can go on at Universal. So I don't think I would go back to Universal. But then maybe Jade's really set on going back to Florida, and I do love Florida, but maybe we should just go somewhere completely different. I don't know. Where is the best place to go when you have a power chair? So the places that we've been since Jade was diagnosed, been obviously back to Gran Canaria. Jade went to see Jade's dad. That was 7 years ago. Dublin, New York. New York's very good for accessibility wise, very good. And Florida. So yeah, let me know where's the best place to go. Even because last year when we went to Florida, we stayed at the All-Star Sports Hotel, the Disney Hotel, and I had to pay. I get it that there's not many of the people that stay there that have a power chair, that have real serious mobility issues, but people do, and people should be free to travel wherever they want, regardless of if they have a chair or not. But I had to pay, I think it was $800. It was a massive amount of money, like eye-watering amount of money, to hire a profiling bed and a mobile hoist and a shower chair for 12 days. And there was no, I don't know if that's the same in every Disney hotel, but that there was no adapted room at Disney. And yeah, that's disappointing. Disney need to up their game, as do Universal. But I could go on forever and a day about who needs to up their game with regards to disabilities. So I'm going to drink this, I'm going to eat that. They had the vegan breakfast sandwich, so that was good. I'm going to eat that, and then we're going to go to B&M. Okay, so we're at B&M now. I need to just find a bin to put that rubbish in, because if Jade knows that I've been to Starbucks without her, she'll be like, you went to Starbucks without me. So, okay, I'm at college now. It's 1:45, so I've got 15 minutes till Jade's finished. I didn't even get to Dunelm's. Okay, so there was too much good stuff to look at in B&M. It's a dangerous activity, letting me loose in B&M. A dangerous activity. I should not be allowed in there by myself. I should be sent there by my mum with a bit of pocket money, and that's it. Because I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I won't do a haul now because I haven't got space. I haven't got room to show what I've bought. And so I'll do it when I get home, when I've sorted Jade out, when the Tesco shop's been. Can you imagine how much I'd spend if I went in B&M and the Range and bloody Dunelm's? Ugh. So anyway, that was fun. I did do a few clips. I'll try and put it together. I'm not tech savvy, so I don't know how this is going to end up. But I did find some nice bits for the garden. I found two
like waterproof cushions and a candle. Now I'm a bit of a sucker for a candle, even though I make them, like that's what I do, I make candles. You can never have enough candles. So the trolley was overflowing. The man behind me had to help me put the stuff on there because there was just so much stuff. But yeah, so that's done. That's my little Friday shop. That's my little Friday trip. So we'll go. I wanted to get some shot glasses. So last Sunday, there was me, Jade, Mum came to sleep over. My brother and his wife and their twins came over. We had games night and it was just so much fun. So we got a Chinese takeaway, and then we played a few games like Cards Against Humanity. Oh, my mum was hilarious. She's quite quiet in real life. So when she was coming out with a couple of these Cards Against Humanity, honestly, I was crying, laughing. And then we did a bit of karaoke, which was funny. But we were gonna do shots. I found this like Christmas. It was like a cocktail or some kind of candy cane thing. It tasted like shit, but we were going to do shots. Like if you got a question wrong, we're going to do a quiz, and if you get the question wrong, you have to do a shot. But I couldn't find any shot glasses anywhere in my house. So I found a pack of 40. So next games night, quiz and shots, twins, quiz and shots. So yeah, I hope Jade's had a fun time at college. I don't know what she's going to be learning. She has this thing where Jade's got sensory processing disorder. So food is a real, like she sticks to what she knows. Certain textures, certain, smells, even if it looks funny, she won't have it. But so for the first maybe 6 or 7 weeks of college, she'd come out. So I don't do a packed lunch for college. She just takes some money, and every Friday she'd come out of college. I'm starving. The food at college tastes like shit. So I'm like, mate, I'm sure it doesn't, but you find something you like. And then she found, bear in mind, this is a kid who does not really eat mince. She found college shepherd's pie. Now, it's the best thing since sliced bread. She has it literally every single week. And there was one week where she didn't have it because it didn't have any left. So she wasn't very happy. So I'm hoping this week, obviously she's not had it for 2 weeks because it's been Easter holidays. So I'm hoping that she managed to get some of her shepherd's pie. So I said, because if I made shepherd's pie, she'd be like, I don't like it. And I'm not the best cook in the world. Like, no one starves, clearly. But I'm not, like, the best. I'm not the worst, but I'm not the best. So I said, what does it like? What has it got in it that makes it taste so nice? She's like, oh, I don't know. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to ask for the recipe. But, so I've got 5 minutes. 5 minutes of peace and quiet before she comes out. And I promised that I would get a pie. She said there's these chocolate pies. So I said I'd get one on the way home. Yeah, I don't, if I go to like Starbucks, why am I whispering? I'm whispering like it's a crime, like I'm a criminal. If I go to Starbucks or wherever and Jade's not with me, I have to like hide the evidence because she gets cross if she thinks she has terrible fear of missing out. And if she thinks that I've been somewhere without her and done something tasty without her, she'll be like, this is Tesco's just been, and this is what we've got. So we've got butter, garlic butter, although I got one of them for my mum, milk, potatoes. Jade loves those chicken curries, and that's just easy when she doesn't know what she wants or she doesn't fancy much else. Custard slices. Jade loves custard slice, so do I. Broccoli, I just get the small one because Jade won't eat that. And I don't like buying onions like this, but they had literally no red or white onions. So I had to get those. Pasties mash, ham. Jade loves that ham for pack up. Nectarines and strawberries, and sausage rolls for pack up. I found this as well. I only buy these when they're on offer, but Jade likes them.
and some orange juice. And then we're going to have sausage and mash one day. I don't eat meat and Jade does, so we often end up having 2 separate dinners. And then breakfast, Saturday breakfast. Mum always comes on a Saturday, so we have a nice breakfast. Crisps for pack up, squash for pack up. That's for breakfast as well. Fruit loaf, oat milk, cans of pop. I don't drink alcohol. Well, very rarely do anyway. So just have one of those. And toilet roll and bread. My obsession with toilet roll started way before lockdown. But it went into overdrive in lockdown. Now, I know that there's only a little bit of fruit and veg, but I've still got a lot of fruit and veg from last week. So I didn't actually need that much. So it was quite a cheap week, which is just as well considering I've been to B&M. So that is our shopping for the week.